CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products such as our can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com. Good morning, everyone. Had a false alarm on that first one. Accidentally went live. Hey, how is everybody? Rhonda, Marianne. Hello, hello. Chicago Pops, Shannon, how are you? Didn't get a chance to delete the other one. Sorry about that. Hey, Lori. Marianne, Shauna. Prayers for my people at the high school. Oh, my gosh. Shannon, is that in your area? Hey, Richard. Good morning, everyone. Pat, Julia, good to see you. Carm, let's see. Good morning. Beautiful and sunny day. Yes, there's a lot to talk about. Let's talk first. I want to one of our members here, one of the crew. You all know one Fred. He contacted me this morning. Hello, Gary. And let me know that there has been a real tragic loss with somebody that he knows. There is a family called the Larson family that he knows. They have 4 children. The youngest is age 2. The mom last night had a stroke and passed away. So one Fred is with that family this morning. Hey, Renee. Hey, Lee. So if you would pray for the Larson family, pray for their healing, pray for their loss. This is one Fred's friend. One Fred comes into our scope. It's a friend. The family's a friend of his. Thank you. Hey, Danielle. Danielle, please pray for the Larson family while you're in your prayer meeting, if you would. Prayers for the family. Prayers for one Fred who is consoling the family and being with them. Gary is praying as well. Thank you, everybody. And before we start, let me go ahead and read. I want to read John to you first, John. Verse 26. Chapter 2, verse 12. Sorry. I write to you, little children, because your sins are forgiven you for his name's sake. I write to you, fathers, because you have known him who is from the beginning. I write to you, young men, because you have overcome the wicked one. I write to you, little children, because you have known the Father. I have written to you, fathers, because you have known him who is from the beginning. I have written to you, young men, because you are strong, and the word of God abides in you, and you have overcome the wicked one. So thank you, everybody, for praying for that the Larson family and for one Fred who is, again, consoling the family right now. Pray for the children who are left without a mother this morning. Apparently with a 2-year-old child, I'm assuming that she was pretty young. So, cannot begin to tell you what it is. Hey, Darby. What it's like for those families, children who have lost their parent. It's a hard time for them. The mom had a stroke, Rhonda, and she passed away. It happened last night at 11 o'clock, and she passed away. Caregiver for my mama, 15-year stroke survivor, left side paralyzed, depends on me for everything. Wow, Marilyn. Lord works mysterious ways. Yes. This morning out of Kentucky, horrible news out of Kentucky. 5 students were shot. They said 5 students on CBS, and they're saying that one person is dead. I don't know if that's a student, a teacher. I'm not sure. 4 others are wounded. It's at the Marshall County High School. Shannon was saying it's about 40 miles away from him. I don't know, Pat. I don't know. Just absolute craziness in the world. I think, it's going to come a time when it's going to have to be FBI is on the scene in Kentucky. It's strange, Bigroff said. I think that there's going to come a time when there has to be metal detectors at school and probably security guards at the openings. And that's just the society that we live in now. and we're going to have to face that. I know everybody just thinks, well, everything will be okay. When I was a therapist and in one of the schools, uh, we had a lockdown due to a fact that there was a potential gun. I just looked at that. No new news. Wayne said, okay, thanks, Wayne. And, it happens all the time. And unfortunately, people in the office can't stop a shooter who's coming through. Do other countries have school shootings, or is that a U.S. thing? Pretty much, I think, Lori, mostly it happens in the U.S. Other countries do have those types of shootings, but I don't think as often. I've always liked the idea of retired police officers and retired veterans in the school door. Absolutely, Pat. I think that would be the ideal thing to do. Hey, Cully. I think placing them there, but again, you're going to have parents, you're going to have teachers, those on the left who aren't going to like it. People have turned away from God. Yeah. That's sure, for sure, Darby. I mean, we know that's happening for sure. Hard to stop a motivated nut job. Big Ralph said, yes, it is. I think you might be able to slow them down, you know. So, hey, Daniel, good to see you. Daniel, you might want to go back and listen to the replay afterwards. We need prayers for one of our members and a family. So the more people that can hear that, the better. Other countries have knife attacks. Exactly, Renee. Or car attacks or truck attacks. Whatever you want to say. Hey, Deborah, good morning. God bless you, Deborah. Gun-free zones, more gun laws to not work. Yeah, they don't work. Bombs, you name it. If a person wants to kill somebody, they'll find a way, whether it's with a gun, a knife, or something else. So, again, it's a sort of a reflection of a lot of things. Maybe their family life, maybe mental illness within themselves, the country, the society, whatever. So, I mean, you can't bubble wrap people in a little bubble and expect that nothing's going to happen. I know the left always thinks that, and they'll probably be out today again for gun control, but it's ridiculous. White trucks kill. There you go, Cully. Of course. White vans, white trucks. Yeah. So, keep them in your prayers also in Kentucky. They're going to need that. I can't even imagine. I mean, can you imagine sending your child to school and they don't come home? It's just insanity. And again, why don't we just go ahead, and I'm sure it'd be expensive, and install some metal detectors, get veterans or retired police officers to patrol the schools, give them some leeway, allow them to carry weapons. It feels like we are spinning out of control with no comparison and respect for each other. And no compassion. Is that what you meant, Chicago Pops? It is insanity, Susan. It is, Ralph. Yeah. Hey, Robin, good morning. It seems like we have to do something. We had an incident here in San Diego, and I'll tell you, this is why. Good morning, Jerry. This is why a lot of people probably don't want to be police officers or patrol the schools. This one police officer is getting a lot of heat right now at a high school. There was a woman, a young lady, 17, almost a woman, but a young lady who was 17. She was on school grounds, had been suspended. They asked her to leave the school grounds. She refused to do it. They asked her twice to leave the school grounds. This is what the facts are coming out and what they're saying. I don't have personal knowledge, so I'm just giving you what I've heard. When she refused to do that, they started to physically remove her from the school. And you can see on the video, she kind of, doesn't walk when she's ordered to walk. And sort of tries to prevent herself from being walked off the school grounds. And the police officer takes her and basically throws her over his hip and down onto the ground. And so yesterday, the high school, everybody in the high school, the kids, walked out in protest. And they're really angry because the police officer treated the 17-year-old female in the way that he did. So, again, I don't know. It's simple. When a police officer tells you to do something, if you do it, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have no problems. There's not going to be any injuries. There's not going to be any struggle. nothing's going to happen. So obey the law and nobody gets hurt. She had minor injuries, from what I understand. She was fine. But again, they're looking at it, and of course, that police officer is probably going to never be allowed back on that high school grounds because of what he did. And all of the students, walking out in support of their suspended 17-year-old classmate. There's our problem. Kids today have absolutely no respect for our law enforcement, plain and simple. It's so true, Pat. Hey, Linda. Morning multiple tasks today. Hey, Barbara, I understand there was a fire near you. I saw that you said that you were safe. I hope the fire is out. Barbara, if you will, too, when you go back and listen to the replay, if you will, prayers are being asked for a family. And so in the beginning of our scope. Hey, Molly, good to see you. Hey, Emery, good to see you. No one has respect for the rule of law for some crazy reason. Some hate the police. Well, Lee, I mean, the thing of it is, look at what we've done for the last 8 years and how we've treated police officers and how we have disrespected them. Is it any surprise that we, at this point, with Antifa and everything else, and probably kids in high school watching Antifa and using them as role models? Hey, Linda. So, I'm not surprised. And the parents, I don't know. I mean, again, it's so simple. Do what you're supposed to do. Richard said you can relate. What can you relate to, Richard? I mean, are there good cops and bad cops? Yes. Are there good doctors and bad doctors? Yes. Is there good and bad in everything? Yes, there is. But if that's typically a small group of people, and trying to make it look like everybody and every police officer is bad, ridiculous. What about the kids seeing skinheads and neo-Nazis? Ugh. Well, I don't know. Well, seeing Antifa or anything else that's, anti-cop is not good, no matter who they are. You're a police officer for 25 years. Oh, my gosh. I can only imagine what crap you had to put up with. Hey, Monica, good to see you. Police officer, I mean, it's a hard job. Really is a hard job. Again, if you don't believe it, go on a ride-along. Ask the police force to allow you to go on a ride-along. You will see what they have to deal with all day. Antifa is out of control, and I'm surprised nothing is being done about them. I haven't seen too much about Antifa except the other night. Yes, we had terrible wildfires not far away, about 5 miles. Smoke was bad. Hope it's okay today, Barbara. Hope everybody was safe. When you act stupid, you get treated stupid. There you go, Deborah. Makes sense, right? Deborah's really, right about that. When you act stupid, you get treated stupid. I mean, when somebody asks you to walk and you refuse to walk, what are you going to do? You're not going to stand there all day. Pretty please. Oh, will you please? Oh gosh, will you? No. That's where kids think that they have the upper hand, because on the one hand they want to say, well, I'm a child. You can't throw me over your hip and put me on the ground. But at the other hand, they want to be acting like adults and want to be respected like adults when they shouldn't be. And so they can't have it both ways. One has to respect oneself before respect can be given to others. So true. So true, Richard. Hey, Nikolai, good morning. You compare Antifa to the KKK and neo-Nazis who ran over a girl. Emery, did you come in here just to cause, like, are you feeling angry this morning? Because, this is a scope where people come in to learn about the news. They don't come in to argue. You may want to go to another scope for that. We don't do that in here. Yeah, it's like, don't act like a child. Emery, you're asking questions that are really like, I don't know. Like you have an agenda. Our agenda is that people should be treated with respect, no matter who they are. Whoever, the Antifa, BLM, KKK, neo-Nazis, whatever, not acceptable behavior, okay? So, there you go. And we're not pro one group of anti-America, anti-cop, and for another group that's anti-America, anti-cop, if that answers your question. We're for law-abiding citizens. Period. So, again, might not be the best scope for you. All right, so there was an earthquake last night near Alaska as well, a 7.9. That's pretty high. And there was a tsunami warning for the west coast of California all the way down to Mexico. And so that was lifted, thank God. And hopefully, because I don't know where it hit exactly in Alaska, should have been okay because I'm guessing it was a very sparsely populated area. But I don't know if anybody knows anybody in Alaska, if they're doing okay, and how that's going. Um, let's see. You heard about the John Ratcliffe talking about the possibility. It sounds like there's a secret society from the FBI and the DOJ who was trying to prevent the president from being elected. BLM is not a very friendly. It's not a Emory. I disagree with you on the BLM. If you go look and see what the mission of the BLM is, they don't accept all people. They don't accept that all lives matter either. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, everyone. I'm watching in from my dentist appointment. Ooh, Monique. They're a little slow today. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch up the last half hour of the show. And you want to hear the replay as well, Monique. So, also, good morning. How are you? How are you doing, Lisa? So, that's pretty strong words. Hearing that there may be a potential for a secret society. That's crazy talk, okay? And I don't mean what Radcliffe is saying is crazy. I mean the fact that he's probably right is crazy, and that we'll see that in the memo. Hey, Teresa, and in the text messages if we're allowed to see them. There are 50,000 text messages right now, and let's see. That doesn't include the ones that are missing. So there were, you talk about people who are not doing their work in the FBI. If you've got time to send 50,000 messages back and forth to your paramour in the FBI, you're probably not doing your job. And I'm guessing that all this wasn't done at night, so it was done during working hours. No, BLM was not founded by whites. They've never killed, raped, shot anyone. No, not facts, Emory. Emory, why don't you find another scope? How does that work? Yeah, I know. And here's the thing. Jeff Sessions came out and said that he was going to he was going to do everything he could to look for those ones that are missing. Let me see give you the exact words. He said, after viewing the voluminous records of the FBI servers, which included over 50,000 texts. Thank you, Pat. Hey, Teresa. Good to see you. The Inspector General discovered the FBI system failed to retain text messages from 5 months. We talked about this yesterday. If you could go ahead and block that person as well. Failed to retain from December 14th to May 17th. We talked about that yesterday. We will leave no stone unturned to confirm with certainty why these text messages are not now available to be produced, and will use every technology available to determine whether the missing messages are recoverable from another source. If we are successful, we will update the congressional committees immediately. I have spoken to the Inspector General, and a review is already underway to ascertain what occurred and to determine if these records can be recovered in any way. If any wrongdoing were to be found to have caused this gap, appropriate legal disciplinary action measures will be taken. Now, here's what is interesting. It's interesting that Jeff Sessions is coming out and involving himself in something that could pertain or does pertain to the time period of the Russian interference with the election. Don't you find that funny? Movie National Treasure. No, near Juneau, is that where it was? Deborah? Wow. So Sessions came out, talked about something connected to Russia, which he has recused himself from, right? Well, here's the thing. Supposedly, yes, thank you, Pat. Yeah, he had to leave kind of quickly there. So supposedly what happened last week, according to the New York Times, is that Sessions was called in and interviewed by Mueller. So perhaps now that he's gone through, if it's true, and he's gone through that interview, maybe he feels that now he can start doing some things, especially some things like this that are on the periphery of it, that can help out in regards to getting things squared away. Thank you, Richard. Thank you for the super hearts. So, but I think it's pretty interesting. I still think Sessions is stumbling with this. You know, Pat, I don't know. I think he's having a hard time with it, knowing what he should do. And again, I know we've talked about this a number of times. As an attorney, I think he did absolutely what he was required to do. It didn't help necessarily, but that's not his fault. I mean, it really isn't. As an attorney, if you don't do something that's ethical, you could lose your license, period. And what are you going to do when the attorney general doesn't have a law license? I mean, that's not going to work at all. So I know people were upset, but I think, you know, he's doing the best he can with a bad situation. And I do like the fact that he did come out and start helping. Do you think he could be over his head with the job? No, Pat, I don't think so. Think he is of high integrity, hard to play dirty. Yeah, Barbara, I agree. Sessions should have never taken the job. Well, I mean, he's qualified for the job. I don't think Sessions knew that there was going to be a secret society and that people were going to try to take over, the United States by taking out the president. Hey, Alexis, good to see you. Nobody could have foreseen that. So, I mean, what person could have done better? I mean, yeah, could Gowdy have done better? Maybe. I heard in 2016, Deep State tried to kidnap Donald Jr.'s son. I don't know if that's true, Daniel, but it's crazy. This is really scary stuff. It is, Pat. One thing that I'm not happy with is the fact that they're saying on that memo that they may not turn that thing over until mid-March because it's 19 work days of the Senate. Yep, conspiracy theories were real, deep state globalists. So if they don't turn that memo over until March, that's insane. I mean, how insane is that? We need to keep putting out there, release the memo. If you don't agree with someone and they are being respectful, kick them out. That's so closed-minded. Okay, well, thank you. Thanks for letting me know. It is my scope, and like I said, we're a group of people here who want to come together, have a good time. And here we go. Hi, Mark. How are you? They will start leaking it before March. No, I don't think so, Ralph. I know. Thanks, Pat. I don't think they're going to leak it at all. I think that's probably as secure a document as you're ever going to find because the Democrats don't want it leaked, and so it's not going to be there. Yeah, exactly, Barbara. If we were that close-minded, Cut wouldn't be in here. We are family, as the song says. Robin said they're all crooked. Monique said, yeah, that's scary. Just heard Sessions was pulled in for questioning by Mueller. There's no need for disrespect. Exactly. I know, a lot of these, every one of these scopes that you go into, people are just always talking down to the people who are in the scope, to the person who's running the scope. It's like, that's crazy. Just just leave. If you want to go, if your whole idea is to go and take out your anger somewhere, go someplace else. Susan now has a theme song, We Are Family. I know, I'll break out in song someday. I already did that at Christmas, right? It's all about respect. Yeah, we love you, Susan. Thank you, Richard. I love you guys, too. And I'm glad that you come here and you are human beings that respect other people. Yeah, I don't talk about Q in here, Darlene. I don't talk about people that I don't know whether or not they're to be believed or not. Hey, Terry, good to see you. Get an Alexa and she can play it for us. Yeah, I don't want to have an Alexa in my house. Thanks anyway. Nice, respectful folks here. That's right. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure, Mark. So that document is not going to be leaked. Susan, please have anyone being followed by or on a group with I don't know who that person is. Renee, who said to block that person? The trolls follow the bad girls on scope. Yeah. Very informative. Keep it up. Thank you, Linda. So, so anyway, here's what is leaked. Supposedly, there was a document. It's about a 6-page document. I looked at part of it. But who said that, Renee? Who said that she was? Did a group say she was, or did you say she was as an individual person? Who said to block her? Infrastructure, the whole infrastructure plan, supposedly of the White House. Oh, okay, Renee. There was a leaked 6-page document, which was reportedly the Trump administration's draft version of an infrastructure plan. And Politico got it and posted it online. Now, I'm sure that Politico, if they wanted to, could probably get a hold of that memo. Oh, I see. I did not mean... No, I know, Wayne. My brother's got all 3 sisters and Alexa for Christmas. Dang, thought he was more red pill. I know, Shauna. You should tell... You and your sisters should take a hammer to Alexa. Get her out of your house. You don't want that in your house. So anyway, that document's already been leaked, and we can get that out there. The memo, no. Because remember, Adam Schiff said, you're too stupid to understand what's in that memo. You shouldn't have that memo. Remember, we all have our own block switch. Yes, please, people, remember that. Block whoever is bothering you. So, you know, I'm just saying, we have got to continue to say, release the memo. We need that memo. We need it now. I don't know whatever happened. Gowdy and Nunes and Goodlatte were talking about the vote in the House Intel Committee. I don't know what happened with that. We talked about that yesterday. I haven't heard anything about it. That if they vote and they vote to release it, it's 5 days, and the president then gets to sign. Well, he has 5 days to sign off on it. I'm sure if the president got it, it would be something that, you know, in a day and a half, at least, he could sign off on it. Trump should release the memo at the State of the Union. Yeah, but he doesn't have the authority to do that, Cully. He may not even have the memo. It may be just in Congress at the House Intel Committee and the Senate, and nobody else has it outside of the Congress. So he can't release what he doesn't have. And it's kind of not the way it works. You can't release, hey, Huey, you can't release information that's classified. You know, kind of like we're suspecting that Comey did. It's illegal to do that. Gowdy said on Fox Today there's classified info in it. It's a joke. I know, Cully, but some people are actually calling for that. Yeah, there's probably classified information in that. Redact it. Let's go. You know, I got to say I'm surprised it hasn't been released by now. You know, they all have text messages. It's digital, Barbara said. I mean, everybody but us has that memo, probably. And I'm talking about the, you know, CNN, NBC, all those people, all the reporters have it. They're just not releasing it. They are redacting it, yeah. They'll take out everything. There'll be like a page with this big square of a hole and nothing in it. It is something fishy, Pat. It will be black. Yeah, or just, you know, they'll probably cut it out, Barbara, and hand the piece of paper back. They reported no Dems have gone to read it. Another reason why it's probably about that. Well, Adam Schiff has read it. He knows what it's about. He knows why he's trying to tell you it's misleading and distorted and you wouldn't understand it because he doesn't want you to see it. Why it got to be black. Yeah, I say it's got to be just a hole. Like the old fax thermal paper. Exactly, Marlene said. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And again, mid-March, you got a whole nother month to go through and a half. And they're hoping that you will forget about it. And that's why they don't want to release it right now. So all this talk, you know, from Gowdy and Goodlatte and Nunes, let's just, you know, walk the walk, buddies. Go ahead, do it. Quit talking about it. Release it. Let's see. And again, as I told you, it was John Ratcliffe from Texas who said after reviewing the new text messages, he believes there may have been a secret society of folks within the DOJ and FBI working against President Trump. Now, if you're working against the president, did that amount to treason? That would be the next question. Are you trying to overthrow the government? Boy, I tell you, for what we know, the little we know. Forget no, we are all like bloodhounds on the fox trail, Jerry said. The memo is going to disappear by then, probably. Abracadabra. I know, Marianne. They're not going to release it. It would be big news as Trump has the new State of the Union address coming up. Yep. Hey, Eddie, good to see you. Yeah, they'll wait till at least after that because they won't want him talking about that. Now, here's one thing that President Trump tweeted out today. I guess Jim Acosta from CNN, you know him, the one that he said out because Jim asked questions that are just ridiculous, trying to take it close to midterms. Yeah, exactly. Richard said it's an act of treason. Trump should read the memo at the address. Obstruction for sure. Trump should read the memo during the State of the Union. Yeah, Marlene, but what I'm saying is, he can't do that if there's classified information in there, and he may not have the document anyway. So Jim Acosta had tweeted out about Schumer's sellout and how the Dems had lost. They thought Hillary would win and would not be revealed. Exactly, Linda. That's what they were banking on. Read it, do mic drop, and walk off. That's a good one, Barbara. The phone servers don't release a text. They're evil, too. Exactly, Daniel. They'll probably fight it, though, I would imagine. When will we have someone who will do what's right no matter the consequences? I guess never. I used to trust certain people in Congress, but trusting less and less, Robin said. So Jim Acosta tweeted that out, and President Trump, here's his tweet in response. Sarah should only call on Acosta if he put on a pink hat. No, Cully, he would do it. He would do it. He said, even crazy Jim Acosta of fake news CNN agrees. Trump World and White House, oh my gosh, sources dancing in the end zone. Trump wins again. Schumer and the Dems caved, gambled and lost. Thank you for your honesty, Jim. Poor Jim. Jim wants to continue being relevant. I'm not sure that he ever was relevant at CNN, but they do like him because he's the one willing to go in and embarrass himself if need be. There's 5 missing employees after an Oklahoma rig explosion. This is breaking news from Fox right now. So apparently there was an Oklahoma rig explosion. 5 employees are missing. Although I could have sworn I saw that earlier today, Fox News is saying it's breaking news. Maybe they can do a lottery and only those wearing red hats handed out at the door can talk, right? Comedy relief when Acosta's mouth is moving. Exactly, Jerry. I heard a school shooting in Kentucky. Yes, Huey, we talked about that in the very beginning. Yeah. So, Oklahoma rig, oil rig. Hey, Robin, good to see you. It's always breaking news. I know. Breaking news is now the news. Troll level Jedi Master Trump. Good morning. So here's some news from the AMVETS. The AMVETS were asked by the NFL to, go ahead and advertise with us. Hey, Kim, I know that explosion happened yesterday. I know, Robin, which I was going to say. I saw that earlier. I know I did. The explosion may have happened, but maybe the employees, they didn't know they were, maybe they're saying they're still missing. They didn't know if they were missing yesterday. I know lots of news breaks when I'm on the air. Sarah Sanders is ruling that room better every day. She sure is, Ralph. Hey, Jacqueline. So the AMVETS were asked by the NFL to, let's run an ad, whatever ad you want to run during the Super Bowl. Go ahead and do it. Submit your ad. We'd love it. I like it when we only had 3 television channels. I know, Eddie, right? Except the bad thing of that today would be that all of them are left-leaning, so we'd get no news. So the AMVETS submitted an ad, and the ad said, hashtag, please stand. And the NFL said, rejected. We're not taking it. Read the memo during the Super Bowl. That'd be good, Ralph. Yeah, it's so sad. So the NFL still wants to keep kneeling, so they can keep kneeling as their ratings go down. Super Bowl, what's that? Not watching it. Me either, Marianne. If you guys could, we're past the halfway point. If you don't mind, please retweet and share. Please don't watch the Super Bowl. I'm not watching it. Some of the ads I like. It's unfortunate I can't see those, but I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I love those ads, the ones that they do about animals. Those always, I swear, they always make you cry. Get the message and stand up. Yeah, you know what? Here's what should happen. If you know somebody that has tons of money and they don't have anything better to do with it, I don't know if you can do this and get close enough, but at least before perhaps, hire the plane and just put hashtag please stand as the sign from that the plane is carrying. Ads on YouTube later. Oh, okay, Ralph, I'll get it there. That'll be good. But somebody ought to just, hire a plane and do that. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I know, Eddie, we're not either. Fire Goodall, exactly. I know, wouldn't it be great? I mean, seriously, just have that. Somebody needs to do it, or somebody needs to put up a billboard near where the Super Bowl is that just says, please stand, hashtag please stand. That would be great. Minnesota is a dome stadium. Oh, that's right. But aren't they going to have it open, Cully, depending on the weather? You can watch the ads on YouTube. Thanks, Eddie. Hey, Dawn, they'll show the good ads on Facebook, so no worry. You don't have to watch the game. Yeah, I'm not watching the game anyway. Robin, you retracted your message. Hit them in the pocket and boycott the sponsors, too. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No fly zone of the stadium, I'm sure. That's why I was saying maybe before the game. Super Bowl's a no fly zone. Yeah, that's why I said before the game, sometime like that. I think it'd be also good to have it on a billboard. Good day, Mrs. Vaughn. How are you? Open it to be 30 degrees. Yeah. Hey, Al, it's football. Remember when the Chargers played? It was, 30 below zero, and they played that time? And that's when they said, you're never going to do that again. How about hashtag go away? That would be even better. Yeah, so, come on now. It's Minnesota. They're used to that weather. Open up the dome. It's 30 degrees. It's a football game. Everybody watches football outside. Not watching Super Bowl or any NFL ever again. I messed the first one up. Oh, okay, Robin, not a problem. Hey, Wendell, good to see you. We are, yeah, good. I don't know. Dog ate my homework, bumped coffee on my laptop, toast, new one comes Thursday. Right. But not the beer sponsor. Oh, did you hear now that millennials have caused, Budweiser used to be the big beer. Now it's light beer. So they've the sales of Budweiser, and they say it's due to the millennials. Send a trained eagle to fly over the banner, please stand. Now that's a good one, Jerry. Hard to do memes. Yeah, maybe we should just let go a bunch of doves over the stadium. If you guys, could you retweet this? I know when we start talking about something, some people come in and out, but if you could retweet it, it would be great. Yeah, I don't know when the NFL is going to, when they're going to realize that they're not going to get any more money from people. And I don't know. I guess they don't care. Are they going to ask for government subsidies soon? Is that what it is? There's a new article out, a new report out in Vanity Fair that says Ivanka Trump is looking for a replacement for John Kelly. They just add water to Budweiser and sell it as a Michelob Light. That's a good one, Ralph. Oh my gosh. Have a rule around my computer and no spill zone. How far out drinks have to be. Learn the hard way. Yeah, true. Hello from China. Too bad we can't read Chinese. I want to order doggy products off Susan's. Oh, gotta wait for the laptop. Yeah, just, you guys, so you know, I wasn't going to mention it until tomorrow. I'll talk more about it, but I have a new website that I have a new business that I'm doing. So if you're interested, I'll let you go there and check it out. It's Abby Bell petdesigns.com. That's ABBYBELLE petdesigns.com. So go check it out. If something's there that you want, but it's not available, I make them in different colors and whatever. This is for pets, pet lovers. I'm going to be having other things on there. One of the things I would like to eventually do, as soon as I can get sales up and going, is that I would like to, there's a organization I just learned about. It's called Dogs on Deployment. And it's a volunteer-based nonprofit that helps military members find a temporary home for their pets while they are away. It would allow me to help the military and pets at the same time. So when I get my business up and running and get sales from it, I want to start donating to this organization, Dogs on Deployment. I think I'm going to check it out further, but I think so far it sounds great. And I think that it would be a good organization to give money to. I talked to my husband last night. We may also be taking in a dog from Dogs on Deployment, because I would love to be able to take care of a military person's dog while they're gone. And my husband loves the idea as well. So again, I'm going to be contacting them. If you want to contact them, look them up, see who they are. But eventually what I want to do is I want to donate part of the sales, the profits, the net profits to the Dogs on Deployment, or any group that's similar to that. Hey, Susan, just got done with a conference call. Hope you've been doing well. Thank you, Brandon. Brandon, you'll want to go back and hear the replay. There's a lot on it today. Robin said, that's awesome. I'll be checking it out. I would do that. Cool. What's the website again? It's abbybellpetdesigns.com. ABBYBELLEPETDESIGNS.com. Great website. Cute doggy on the front page. Thank you, Lee. Oh, yeah, really? Well, you know what? Racism doesn't age well either, so you might want to consider that. Wow. A lot of racists came in today. It's sad. So is the West Coast in the clear now? Yes, Brandon, we are. Tsunami warning has been lifted. So anyway, you guys, abbybellpetdesigns.com. I can make just about anything that you see there, any colors that you want. Okay, I don't know who you are, but I sold one already to somebody in the group here. So hopefully when they get theirs, they'll see what it is. But what I did, the reason I bring that up, is I went to the fabric store, and the person who bought something from me was allowed to pick out the fabric. So I thought that was cool, because a lot of times you can see colors and you think, wow, if I just had a different thing, a different color, I'd like that better. So I got fabrics together, and they were allowed to go ahead and pick out the fabric, and then I made their flappy pad based upon the fabric that they wanted. So I like to make sure that people are happy. I'm getting 2 belly bands for my Italian Greyhound. Yes. Finn. So anyway, check it out. And again, I think Dogs on Deployment, please check it out. Let me know what you think about them too. I know, Marlene, we could all get those. So let's see. President Trump, after Schumer caved yesterday, Lori, a belly band, it explains a little bit more when you go to the website. A belly band helps male dogs not urinate in the house. You'll see. I know, Shauna, that's funny. Chihuahua males. There you go. Trump said, as I've always said, once the government is funded, my administration will work towards solving the problem of very unfair, illegal immigration. Trump said, in part, we will make a long-term deal on immigration if and only if it is good for our country. So I like the clarification. How can you be a Christian and care more for a dog than other races? Oh my goodness. Sweetheart, please find Jesus. Wow. So many racists today. God, let's pray for the racists that are coming into the room, that they find your light and your clarity, and that they would open up their hearts and show love and not hate today, God, in each and every day. Help those, God, who are bitter and overwhelmed by racism in their hearts and anger in their hearts. In Jesus Christ's name I pray, amen. Whew. So much, so much anger. I know, Trump's told. New troll level. Yeah. Speaking of Jesus, did you see Tony Perkins attacked yesterday? No, today. I didn't see that. Poor racists, how heartless. Please help them see the light. Absolutely. Amen, Robin said. Jacqueline said amen as well. It just seems like particularly, maybe there's so much hate today because of the fact of what happened yesterday with the Democrats losing, the government reopening. I know I was attacked yesterday as well. Some guy was just so angry. Woo! It's like, wow. I don't think I've ever hated anybody that much in my life. I don't hate anyone, but I mean, to come that far, woo, how can humans be so hateful? I don't know, Shauna. I dislike Obama, but I didn't hate Obama. I hated his behaviors as a president, but I didn't hate the human being. Troll Taco Tuesday, there you go. Tony Perkins is one of Trump's evangelical spiritual advisors. Yes, Marlene. Do they not realize the Bible says that a righteous man is kind to animals? Dawn, I don't know that they've read the Bible or care if they have. I don't hate. I have despised a few, Shauna said. No hate allowed in here. Exactly. Sometimes I feel ashamed to be a human, Lee said. You know, I don't ever feel ashamed to be a human. We're all are sinners, and we do things that we wish we hadn't done or whatever, but we apologize for them. But the hatred, woo, it's so rampant. The devil knows the Bible too. So true, Daniel, so true. I mean, to have that kind of hate for white people, black people, Asian, Hispanic, whatever the case may be, I can't imagine what your life is like walking around every day with that much hate on your heart. I really can't. You got to forgive. You got to find Jesus. Lev thinks we should be doormats. Yep. Hey, Paul, good to see you. Yeah, God put us, just so everybody knows, and everybody in here knows this, God put us in charge to take care of the animals. That's what in the Bible talks about that. And to take care of the poor. We do both. 70% today in North Carolina, 70 degrees. Wow. No hate zone, of course. I put my children first, but I love my 2 dogs too. They are part of the family. But Robin, also, you wouldn't disregard your dogs. You know what I'm saying? Even whoever you put first, I mean, you still have to take care of them. That's your responsibility to take care of the animals that God put you in charge of. You know, whoever's first or second doesn't really matter. Hey, how are you, Paul? And I know you know that. I'm just giving that as an example. But for somebody to say that, maybe that was the best they could do. Those people marching with the pink hats look disturbed in a bad way. Shauna said, I checked troll accounts. They are sad people, Wayne said. I hate ISIS, sunburns, and hangnails. In that order, Brandon? How does that happen? I don't know. I don't know. But, a lot of lawlessness takes place. People get away with lawlessness. It's a bad thing. Colleges, high schools, there you go. People that are cruel to animals are cruel to humans. Oh, absolutely. I think I've told you guys, I used to work for the Humane Society years and years and years ago. And we'd always find that when people were cruel to their animals, they were cruel to their children as well, and they typically were doing drugs. I was, at times, had to break through windows and climb into houses to rescue animals. And the conditions were horrible. The things that people do to their animals, nobody should see. Ridiculous. My rescue dog has been the best pet I've ever had. I have 2 rescue dogs that are amazing, amazing. I picked my husband because first date when I wasn't looking, he kissed my horse on the nose. Do not support the Humane Society. Okay. Our Humane Society in San Diego is a no-kill Humane Society. Yes, if we had to evacuate, they would go right with us. Exactly, Robin. Our Humane Society is, I don't work there anymore. This was years ago, but our Humane Society is a no-kill, and we have no-kill shelters in California. Breaking and entering. Yeah, well, all in the name of saving animals and working for the Humane Society. Yeah, I know, Al. It's a group of lawyers. Mine a rescue, and she is a gorgeous dog. Yes. That's why it's important to know the love of Jesus. Absolutely, Deborah. Amen. Carmen, I was just telling them also about AbbeyBellPetDesigns.com. So Um, yeah, the Humane Society has a right to break in if an animal is being abused or hurting or whatever, and they think that's happening. They can break in to rescue them. They just bring the police there and jump on in. Just watch the Wasserman interview. I know. I wrote an article today about Wasserman Schultz. Go to SusanKnowles.com and see that. I know you were, Al. The best dog I ever had, I got a long time ago from the Humane Society. She was awesome. Yes. When we have a tornado warnings, the dogs are in the basement with us. I know, Robin. As they should be. Poor little things. You know, it's so sad to see people cruel to animals and children, those that can't defend themselves. You know, you have to ask what's the depravity, uh, what's the depravity on those people that would do such a thing. Are you saying no? Abby Bell, B as in boy, ELLE, Abby Bell, like a ringing bell but with an E on the end. I have no kids. My critters are my kids. Shauna said exactly. Shauna, I just made a pillow slip, a cover slip, you know, for the pillow that goes inside of a stroller. Made it for a person for their dog. So yeah, that's why some people treat their animals like dogs, which is or like kids, and it's just fine. Me too. My fur babies are my family. Yeah, I don't put mine in the stroller. I haven't gone that far yet, but I mean, I guess I could go that far, but I just I draw a line somewhere. I'm sick of animal rights shutting down responsible breeders. Shauna Marlene said, still waiting on the memo. So, yes, we're waiting and waiting and waiting, Brandon. Does anybody put their pet in a stroller? Come on now, you can admit it if you do. I couldn't live without animals. I know, Robin. It would be a horrible place. My Lexi was thrown from a moving car. Oh no, Wayne. That's horrible. And we will probably be waiting again tomorrow. Yes, Pat, we will. I think my Great Dane could pull me in a stroller, not a wheelbarrow, though. My sister does. He's a tiny Maltese, can't keep up with the big boys. That's true, Robin. Poor little thing. Needs a stroller. Oh, my gosh. No, mine is a 7-stone labby. Whoa. I work with rescues and am all in on blocking backyard breeders. I want a Pomsky. My dog was found on the side of the road. Now he is spoiled and loved. Aw, Brandon, that's so cool. My daughter wants a third dog. Robin, I hear ya. Robin, maybe you could do that dogs for deployment. Dogs on deployment. Maybe you could do something like that. Because I know, like, if I bring in a dog in my house, other than somebody else's dog that I'm watching, I'm keeping that dog. That's why my husband is like, no, we will not be a foster home for pets. Because he knows I will keep them. And he's right. So, but I could do the dogs on deployment. I have a rescue pity, and so many get out down, and so many get out down. I'm not sure what that is. I used to say I had a bear dog run around the house and bear down on a biscuit. Oh no, Renee. Sorry about that. My friend is training a lab for the blind. It's hard to let it go after a year. That would be hard for me. I couldn't do it, Robin. We have 3 dogs, 3 cats, and a bearded dragon. The kennel is full, Mary Ann said. I was thinking about that. That would be the problem. I wouldn't want to give the dog back. But, Robin, if you know you have to give the dog back because it doesn't belong to you, it might be easier. You know, the fostering, that I wouldn't give him back. So, you know. So, and there's a new $600,000 taxpayer-funded study, this is crazy, suggests that ideals of masculinity in Kenya are contributing to terrorism. This was announced by our State Department. I know, Renee. I couldn't do foster care. I just couldn't. According to the State Department in Kenya, boys and men are disproportionately recruited by al-Shabaab and more likely to be both operators and victims of terrorist attacks. I know, social justice warfare report. In order to welfare. In order to address this issue, the State Department plans to spend up to $592,500 of our taxpayer money on masculinity and violent extremism study, which will be awarded to an American nonprofit or non-governmental organization later this year. The State Department added that the research would involve fathers and community leaders in Kenya in the hopes to shape existing cultural narratives on masculinity, gender, and violent extremism. My chihuahua is in a dog stroller. They love it. Oh, Deborah, that's so cute. That, I know, Shauna, ridiculous. Why are we spending money to do a study in another country about their masculinity and how it maybe allows them to be recruited by Al-Shabaab? Now, I know we can say, yeah, well, that would help Americans too. Hey, Barb, but it's crazy. That should be vetoed. You know, talk about interfering in other countries. Like, if you don't know that common sense would tell you that ISIS would want, you know, the masculine guys who would come there and fight. I mean, all right, give me the $600,000. I just solved your studies for you. I just did it for you. I mean, to give somebody $600,000 for that, that's crazy. Maybe it's their corrupt government. Brandon, I mean, we should not be giving a nonprofit in America $600,000 to do some study on masculinity in Kenya. Are you kidding me? Or Kenya or anywhere else. They love wasting our money, Robin said. No kidding. Because doesn't the government have all the money in the world to do whatever they want? Apparently, Barbara, we just keep giving it to them. Yeah, you're fired, to the genius who proposed that. And that came from the State Department. Yeah, it causes our government. But Obama gave our billions away. Shauna said there are way better ways to spend that money. Pass the duct tape, please. I know, Collie. I mean, seriously, how insane is that? Can you imagine what $600,000 would do to help poor children, animals, people who are abused? I mean, I can think of so many great things to use that money for. Oh, man, I could talk to you guys all day, Robin said. It's absolutely insane to waste money like that. To do a study when you already know the answer. Homeless veterans, thank you. Shelters for vets. Food for veterans. Clothing for veterans. Everything. Veterans also, let me tell you, the homeless veterans, they also have pets as well. So, are you watching the SB? What's the SB, Mark? Kind of. Doctors for Vets. Yes, they do. So you'll see the vets out in the parks with them. Super Bowl. No, I'm not watching the Super Bowl, Mark. Trying to save money. We just send Obama there for free, but he would need masculinity training, Jerry said. Oh, we need to keep that money and use it for something productive. Yes, help the homeless vets. Dogs on deployment supplements. No Super Bowl here. Thank God for... Yeah, right. Unbelievable. Police officers who need urgent cancer treatment. Yes. Build the wall. God bless our vets. Yes. Use it for something other than a study in any country that wants to study the masculinity and how that causes them to be recruited more often by Al-Shabaab. Wow. Thank you, Pat. We try harder. Oh, so many people today. Racist people coming in, trolling the scope. Have a blessed day, Deborah. Love your show. Thank you, Deborah. God bless you. Thank you. Michael, yeah, sheesh. I'm not ever mentioning that guy's name. I know, Deborah. Like so many people today. It's just so unbelievable. Pass the coffee. Is it only Tuesday? Yes. And today, don't forget, is God's Views on Political News. It comes on in an hour with my co-host, Bill Cloud. Bigger question is why our own voice is not being heard. Why do they continue to do this? And what is it that we can do to change that? We are just talking to each other and spinning our wheels. Well, Barbara, you know, what we should be able to do is talk to Congress. That doesn't work. Seems like talking to the president works better. Will there be an agreement before February the 8th? Not if it involves amnesty, there won't be. Trump keeps winning 2020. It's on, Brandon said. I've been having trouble viewing that, Susan. Viewing what, Pat? What viewing what? Oh, the God's Views? Why is that? I mean, you just come over to Facebook, go to God's Views on Political News page. You should be able to see it. If you can't see it there, just know that about an hour or so later, it will be up on my SusanKnowles.com website. Just scroll down the page and you will see the God's Views. Right now, the live, Robin, is only on Facebook. Yes, it keeps losing poor connection. It must be something, Pat, with your connection. What is it about? It's about God's views on political news, Mark. All right, you guys, thanks so much. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to check out the Abby Bell Pet Designs website. And I'll see you again tomorrow. God bless. Thank you, everybody on Facebook Live, for coming in. Thank you for your support and sharing this. Thank you, YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.